Hello, bonjour from Toronto. We are at the intersection, that's just behind me, of Dupont and Spadina. Typically, Dupont Station is the one that I consider to be close to Casaloma. I was going to say Castlevania. I know, Casaloma, because it's just a walk up the hill that way. But we are going to go for a stroll towards Yorkville. And it is 9:50 p.m. on Thursday, May 27th, 2024. And I thought we would just do a bit of a chill walk tonight. Nothing too crazy. Gonna try to keep my voice down a little bit. Kind of a more of a relaxing neighborhood walk. Because I have a bit of the Monday blues. Thought I should go out and get some steps and leave the house. Just don't really walk along this way too much. Initially, I was going to walk through the Annex, but I remembered I did that walk not too long ago with David and Nick. Some interesting wall art there. Because we're just walking by Madison Avenue. It's not particularly interesting in this part of town. But funny enough, there is a street going further back that way called Creamy Top Drive. And I was having a conversation yesterday with some of my friends about the name of that street and how it has a different meaning for gay people and straight people. Straight people probably think like, oh, it's like the creamy top of an ice cream. As gays, we have a completely different interpretation of that. You might have noticed the streetlights did that psych out thing where it looks like it was gonna change, stop walking, but then it went to 0 and then it did not change. I'm not really sure why they do that. There's a Supret. It's a cannabis store that looks more like an old style supermarket. And next to it is the Rose Emporium, which I unfortunately do not know what that is. I couldn't tell you if they sold roses or furniture or it's a steakhouse. And over there, right there, that's the Poorhouse. And I think you can tell from the logo, the people that own that Fab restaurant chain, they bought a bunch of these older bars like that and sort of refurbished them and kept their name, like East of Brunswick. I think they were doing one on Queen Street, I forget the name, but they have a bunch of them. Lionhead Pub, but you can tell it's them because they use that logo of the beer glass. And now we're just crossing St. George Street. I used to actually live on this street years and years ago. Gosh, probably like 17 years ago? Empty storefront, and there's me. So we're going to turn down Davenport. Sort of like this old school barbershop. I think that would make a cool thumbnail. So I always kind of get mixed up between Davenport and Dupont, because I know they intersect there, but when I think of the two streets, I know I always thought Davenport turned into Dupont. I think I have this mild dyslexia where certain street names kind of blend in together, especially if they start with the same letter. I'm pretty sure I talked about this before. I'm so glad you guys don't have smell-o-vision, because I don't know what it is, but ever since I left the station, it smelled like skunk. But I guess that's a Toronto summer smell. Skunk. Or late spring, I guess. It is still spring. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know Circle K had a car wash. It'd be cool if like a car went through the car wash right now. I'm gonna film it. Or maybe I'll ask my roommate sometime. So let's go in one of these automatic car washes and I can film it for my Ready Eddie channel. Going in the car wash. I didn't know they were building condos here. I do feel like at this point, it's never a surprise when they're building condos in Toronto. What is this? It's like some panorama of galleries. I'm not sure. That's kind of cool. So we're coming up to Bedford Road now. And I've always kind of like, it's kind of hard to see this building from this angle, but it kind of reminded me of like those older California style buildings from like the 1940s or 50s. Like especially, I think it mostly reminds me of that, like at this corner, like how it's kind of curved. See if I can get a shot of it when I get to the corner. I'll probably be able to get a better shot of it when I cross the street. Like that. I don't know. It's like the building in the beginning of Who Framed Roger Rabbit when he jumps out of the building. Like he jumps out of the window. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's probably just me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be, ooh, pretty condo building. I'll be a lot happier when I'm living back downtown. I can do more of these walks. On the weekend, I was out in the west end of the city, first for drag brunch, and then I had to go all the way back to the east end, and then I went back out there for a birthday party. Had a really busy day on Saturday. But it was just pure chaos trying to get back to my area after the drag brunch. It took me almost 2 hours. 2 hours and $30 because I got on the streetcar And it said the Queen streetcar was going to Spadina Station, so I'm like, perfect. I can hop onto line 2, and that's a straight shot home. And then it got to Spadina, and then without even announcing, it just started turning south, which is the opposite way of the station. And then I was thinking, okay, well, it's going to go to Union. That's fine. It'll take me a little bit longer, but not that bad. And Union Station, when you get to the south of Spadina, it's to the east. But it started turning west. So then I was like, oh no, I'm screwed. And I was already like 45 minutes on my journey. So I was like, you know what? I was just so frustrated. I had to go to the bathroom really badly. So I just, screw it, paid for an Uber. And the Uber took about also 45 minutes, 50 minutes to get me home. Like, we were just stuck in traffic. It's just such a nightmare. Such a nightmare. This city just does not have like the most efficient transit infrastructure at times. Oh, look at these sheep. That's really cute decor. They look like footrests. Huh. I like this. It looks like that art where it's like two faces back to back, or maybe they're looking at each other. It's kind of a style. I forget the name of it. It's like 80s art. So we're coming up to, I believe, Avenue Road? Yeah, Avenue Road. So we're gonna walk down Avenue Road and we're gonna cut through Yorkville. I haven't done a Yorkville video in a while. And yeah, then we're gonna call it and hop into the subway station. And hopefully I got enough steps in. So we're gonna go down this way, but we're gonna cross here because if I recall, the lights down there almost never change, even when you hit the button. I don't know why there's 3 police cars here. It's like some escort. Very blue looking studio. There's some cute shops over there though. Not flower shops. There's Flower Market. Kin's Flowers? I can't see the Ken's Flowers. And then Jongyang Flower Market. And then Growers Flower Market and Gifts. Why? Well, I didn't notice that. Why are all 4 of these flower shops together? Are they owned by the same person, or is it just like they're completely in competition with each other? Oh my god, that's so funny. I guess there's a lot of people around here who want flowers. That's hilarious. Like, of all the places you could open a flower shop, you're like, I'm gonna open up right here next to this other flower shop. Bridal gown. gonna... Oh, there was a paint store here I've been to before. Benjamin Moore. And what's really funny is I was looking at the wallpaper in there, and they have like right at this table here, these books have some of the most expensive wallpaper in the city. Like, I think a roll of it, like, I don't know, was it Christian Dior or Givenchy wallpaper or something? It was some like crazy brand name, but they said a roll of it was like $800 and something. And to do one small wall in the bedroom was going to cost almost $2,000. It's very nice. It was very nicely textured. Like, I do think like it would look really pretty, but yeah, that's a little bit much. And then I would cry when it gets outdated and have to peel it down. I might as well just tape money to the wall instead. Ooh, a Ferrari. I think I was watching someone's walking video once. I can't remember where they were, and they were walking by like a showroom for cars, and they just walked in the video and got swag. I don't think it was a Toronto one though. There's the loading dock for Hazelton Lanes. I think it's closed though. I don't think I can walk into it now. Like, it looks pretty closed. Oh, that's the cafe. The cafe closed at 3. Who knows? Closed so early. So I bought a book called Stroll by, I can't remember the author's name, Sean Micallef, I think. So, and it's about Toronto walks and kind of the history, like these walks you can go on, and sort of gives you a little bit of a history lesson on them. And I bought it specifically for my channel. So my plan is to read through this book and maybe through the summer do some of these walks. Maybe help promote his book a little bit. It is a really good book. And it's got little like hand-drawn maps. In fact, that's something I was thinking of doing, because I don't think I spoke about this on my channel yet, but I have a little side business where I sell prints, but they're direct from me, and they're of some of my drawings. I don't have an online website. I've just been, or my plan rather, is to go into the little markets that are here that you can get a booth, like little weekend markets. So I have a booth for August, and I'm going to be there selling some of my prints. a lot of them is mostly like queer LGBT art, but I do have some Toronto-based ones, and I'm gonna do a couple of little cute hand-drawn neighborhood maps. And hopefully I'm trying to keep all the money in the business from the business. So if I sell enough, I am gonna invest in an online platform to sell them, mail them out. But yeah, so I print them all myself. Is this Tesla Cybertruck? It is, right? Okay, that's my first time seeing one in person. I thought they were silver, brushed silver. Oh, cool. I mean, I wouldn't, if I had the money for one, I wouldn't buy one, but always neat to see. But yeah, so I print them myself. I saved my money to buy a really good printer that does pigment ink, so the ink doesn't fade. It doesn't fade as dramatically as dye ink. So they said it should last 200 years, especially from sun damage, but I don't think that's the case, and I don't want to guarantee that it's not going to have sun damage. So I would recommend to people to keep them out of the sun if possible, but they should be fine if they do have some sun exposure. But I tried to go through a couple of online printing services and didn't like the quality because each print, the colors never came out the way I wanted it to. And then I realized that when I do my drawings and then I put them on, or when I print them out, the color's not right. I have to adjust the colors in Photoshop to sort of boost what the printer's doing. And I actually don't have that control when I'm just giving them to a print shop. So having a printer is good. And then I also do really good paper. I print on good paper. Anyways, enough about that. That was my ramble. So we're on Yorkville Avenue. We're going to cut down to Cumberland, but we're going to wait for my favorite little alleyway.
Okay, one, three. Yeah.
Although I'm surprised these billboards aren't really lit up. It feels very dark in here compared to usual, and they haven't polished the floor tiles yet. I guess they do that before the summer. But usually they put some kind of weird wax finish that makes them kind of shiny looking. Here's Hemingway's. And there's usually someone here, or maybe down here, handing out soap samples. Maybe it's here. And over there's the big Yorkville rock. Oh. It's interesting choice for painted mannequins for a plastic surgery place. So Yorkville's kind of an interesting place because if you don't know the history, this used to be more of like a bohemian artist haven in like the 60s, 70s, early 80s maybe. Like this was where like Margaret Atwood and her crew would hang out. And it was full of like little coffee shops and things like that. Basically what Kensington Market is now. And then there's sort of the entry of the corporations, I believe in the 80s and 90s, that sort of made this what it is today with its high-end shops. It sort of pushed all the artists out. Oh, that patio down there is cool, the one that's lit up pink. I was going to go in the back entrance to Bay there and in the video, but I'm going to walk through this cool patio on the street. Dolce Vita Gelato. Oh nice, they got this closed off for pedestrians. Perfect. I don't know why Yorkville is just not pedestrian fully. Like they don't really need these cars going through here. Is this cool? I'm gonna come back here when the weather's warmer. It was raining today, so that's why it's kind of icky out. It's a really old school barbershop. I feel like I filmed this every time I've been on this street. Just commented on it. But yeah, we're gonna go around the corner and go in the subway. So I'm going to end this soon. There's me. Very blurry me, but alas. C'est moi. It's very windy from the vents. There is Bay Station, and that's what's gonna get me home. So yeah, so thank you for joining me from the comfort of your living room, your bedroom, maybe you're under your bed this time, I don't know, wherever you're watching this video. And until next time, bye.